Hey, Global, what you doing? Oh, it's okay. Okay, let me get. Because I'm about to start the stuff. Okay. I think. Okay, okay. Got my dashboard. World. Vertical view. Grr! Hey. Okay. So, here we go. Hopefully, things are going to go better. Because I did figure stuff out. And I'll show you. Ah. Sorry, I got so hung up last time on where I wanted things to be so it made sense. So let's be honest there. What I'm doing here, this is really for my reference. If other people really like it, that's cool, and I hope other people like it. But I have to keep track of things, otherwise I completely lose them. So, um, yeah, that's difficult sometimes. I apologize now, because if you're watching this later or during this, that little gremlin back there is making a ton of rude noises, and I've been trying to get him to stop. He's refusing. He's just making all the rude noise. What are you even licking now? He's decided to lick everything. He's licking the couch. He's licking himself. He's licking the desk. He's licking the floor. He has water. He has eaten. I don't know why. But that comes with lots of rude noises. Welcome to my bud. This little guy, he's not making any rude noises. He is totally sweet. So, just know that now. He's back there hanging out behind me. Yes, he's very nice, huh? He's keeping warm. I don't know what Gur's. Oh, Gur's found a bone now, so now you're gonna hear weird clicking noises. It's getting to be summertime here, and that means the sun is lining up with my two windows. And I do have a background that I want to put up, but I haven't yet because I keep knocking it over. I need to do that. So many things, but that'll help kind of with the sun issue. But you're not gonna see most of your noise. But I did figure out how to put things in the other column. Um, let's see here. Sorry, I have somebody who's not seen the Goonies. So last week, the reason why I was traveling to Oregon last week, which is why my No Man's Sky scream was canceled last week, and I went to Cannon Beach, and it was lovely, and I liked it so much. Somebody hasn't seen the Goonies, and it's very sad. But okay, so let's take a look here. Here we go. Yay! So last time, this is the thing I couldn't figure out: how to, one, get this to show up, and two, how to, get my two columns. But I've got mostly what I like now, and if you click on World Atlas and Features the Planet, you can see I have it up there along with the map, and I've learned how to link those maps so I can get the right one there, because we're doing Features of the Planet. I have the whole planetary map in there. Yay. So we are getting there, and I'm excited. I wish that they just had a straight HTML, not just BBB code, or BB code, but it's fine. They have a WYSIWYG, but I don't want to switch that. But how did I figure that out? Let's take a look. If we go into configuration, homepage. So homepage note was display global content. Okay, global content is not where it's at. Crap. Did I forget? Have I already forgotten what I... No. I didn't. So here, homepage, custom content. I did figure out a couple things, like with the columns, basically mean all of these columns down here at the bottom. So, oops. These are not in the global part, so they don't show up there. They only show up on the right now on the home page. So these three columns here, you can get those columns under the global content as well. But what I was really looking for is the being able to do it side by side, and that had to do with setting up containers with column space. So I have set up a container, and it's TOC gets that right there on the other page. And I realize now that, oh yeah, so I have container row and column 8. So this is kind of, it uses Bootstrap. So web development time. Bootstrap is very handy. I love Bootstrap. It's a good thing to learn, good thing to know. But it's basically a set. Basically, we've already set up all the HTML, mostly, but all the CSS, pretty much, that you would need for a website. And once you know how to call what you need, you can just fiddle with that. And that's all you had to do here in the BB codes. So that got it on my homepage. But getting it on, so the global content here is, if we were doing like, where we have the sidebar bottom, sidebar top, and all that, I could get some of those things, but again, that was all like kind of in the bottom there. That's also where we had the copyright, and it didn't take HTML entities. I still need to see if I can figure that one out, but that I don't care as much. As long as it has this and a link to my website, we're good. But if we go back to articles, and let's go ahead and edit Features of the Planet. So here I have everything. I'm not using the manifestation, visualization, or localization sections of the thing I've chosen. I thought about changing it. But if you go to sections, you have sidebar sections, sidebar content panel top, content panel bottom, and I've put TOC and an image, which is the map image there. So that gets it. The content panel is the panel that kind of just showed up here on the side. Let's go to that page. Features of the and so this kind of white box or cream box for this particular what do you call it, theme, where type natural was just showing up. That was the content panel. If I used sidebar top, it would show up outside of that white panel. Same thing with sidebar bottom, it would show the bottom. So it's displaying, you can actually have not a sidebar at all and uncheck it, but I want it. And there we go. So I thought about changing the type and everything, but decided against it, so I'm good. What we can do now. Okay, so this is my old site. I already have the intro set up. How I wanted. I need to do characters, but I also need to get a lot of that updated here. So here's my obsidian. Here's the intro. In the home box. I have so much to get up there. Like, it's kind of daunting. I should do the world stuff first and then circle back to characters because I have that. So that's what we're going to do next. And that means we're at countries, which I don't have everything. There's a lot I need to look at to figure out. Let's get my documents up here. Writing. I thought I had a pin. I did. Okay. So, Aria. Okay. So I threw everything into old. I created a timeline folder with my new and timeline file, which I want to get that opened up because that's going to start having a thing. Okay. So I still have like the date. Like, will that take me all the way? Yes. No, that's okay. So I have so many things to like sift through and everything. So many places. So let me get all of that opened up. I might have a plotter update. No. We do a dabble, but let's get that open too. Because everybody is adding like all the things we've asked for years all of a sudden in all of their things, so maybe I can consolidate. I don't know. I love Plotter. I've been using it since beta. But okay, that should synced. That should have just updated. We can check. Yes. I'm going to open the old version. And I don't know what I'm going to open here yet. Oops. I keep going back to the other stuff. This is the world I want to stay in. So, various images. This is where we're keeping the obsidian file. And world map files. Let's take a look here. People. Was I spelled beyond wrong? Backspace. Well. Sorry, I'm just checking. Oh, hi. Uh, real salties? The real salties? Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm doing. So, anyway, uh, sorry, so I have it on the other screen, and this is where the glare is, and I don't have another place to put it. So I apologize if I um, don't quite get you, but thank you for joining my stream while I figure everything out here. Okay, so back to World Anvil. Let's, now that I have this up on the side here and don't have to scroll all the way down and kind of figure out what I want to put next. So Atlas versus Encyclopedia. I've already got some things here. Atlas should be geography, so we're going to go to World Atlas, which I have features of the planet. We're going to follow that first. There's like so many little, I don't know, tidbits. It's all. I think we're going to leave that for now. Scene. This is all the stuff I have in metadata already on the site. So metadata, you kind of fill out. It's optional, but I think it's kind of cool to have. Where'd it go? Real world metadata. Read world metadata. So here's the metadata. And it has basically all the items that I filled out based on like their prompts. Which are all things I knew or had written down in some form below, but I can see that some of this might be duplicated in the encyclopedia part. But all the peoples and all like my inspirations. Thinking I have a Spotify list and there's a Spotify button that I listen to, so I might add that in there. Though it's pretty unwieldy right now. There's some songs I need to weed out of it. I don't. Everybody like has like the type of music that's. I have actually two. Actually, I have two. I have one filled with all kinds of songs, and then one with just like songs without words, orchestrations, and movie soundtrack type things, as well as composers, video game soundtracks, stuff like that. That really. But yeah, I noticed. Can I not go? Oh, there it is. Back to World homepage. I was expecting a little ribbon. Okay. But Atlas, that's what we're going to start with, is the Atlas. So, won't worry about the metadata. I think I'm going to need to move these into the home folder. Oh, it's okay. We'll get back to it. So, don't worry about characters just yet. Let's worry about countries. So, we'll add an article. So do I, oh gosh, when you're setting this kind of thing up, I'm trying to not think of it from a website perspective, but I can't help myself. Like, I kind of want to have an index, but you also kind of want to just let people go to the different countries. Let's let template be my guide. Building landmark. This need geography. Geography would probably be okay. Or would you do settlement? Animal kitty roar. I wish that you could turn off like the RPG stuff if you weren't using it, and like could add it back in later. Say I'm not, but that it's I like I wish you could choose like novel from that long RPG list when you're setting it up the world, and then it would remove all of that. But that's okay. So settlement versus geography. Well, I can always delete it, right? So let's see here. First country. Ventaris. I need to delete all this stuff. I don't need it anymore. This is the metadata. I won't worry about it later. Ventaris. Ventaris is one of the empires in my world. They're kind of like this Edwardian colonial empire. They're the legacy of this particular empire goes back about 1,300 years. Let's see here. So they have a really long history, but they rule on the premise of magic users, and they have a very strict definition of what that magic is, and anything else is outside the norm and not tolerated. So you kind of have like three classes if you were to look at it. You have the magic user class, and then those are ranked by their ability. Then you have the non-magic user class, which in this country is lower. And then you have the other types of magic users. And if they're found, they're terminated. Or at least that's the law in the land. And this is where the Isophene story starts. So Isophene is one of my main characters, which makes that appearance in the third book. Though you see people from Ventaris, and Ventaris is at war with Talathe, which is from the second book, and dignitaries from Ventaris show up in the first book, or at least from what I've written. I guess background, I have written those 3 books. I am currently rewriting them because the original one that I wrote for the very first one was really bad. And like nobody told me that. Well, I mean, I got rejections, but I was getting fulls and partials, and and they were all, "Oh, this is great, we just can't take it right now," kind of rejections. I got like finalists, and yeah, you'd think that like it would be some kind of clue that even when you're getting like to the finalist level in contests with it, that okay, so maybe it's not good at all, and that's why they're. But nobody said that. They would always say, "Oh, it's really good. It just didn't fit, or it just wasn't quite right for us, or it wasn't." Sometimes it's kind of detrimental when there's like too much. What do you call it? Too much nicety, or like I don't know. I know people don't have time, but you'd think that at least when they got to that level, if they want to say, this is actually really bad, and this is why. And I know they're afraid most writers don't really want to hear that, which is definitely true in my experience. But I really did need to hear it, and it wasn't until I'd put it down and moved on and started writing the next books and came back to it, and I read it, and I was like, this is horrible. This is like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't connect. It's this is not good. so, so then I started to rewrite it, and I did rewrite a first draft of that first novel, which I think, and looking back, is much better, but it needed a lot of filling out. And that's kind of where I got stuck when I kind of fell into the 2020 funk and just trying to get my health on track. So, and then here I am with everything in all different places trying to put it together. And still not getting stuff done because I'm, whatever it is I'm doing. Okay. So, I wish I could see, like, I mean, it is geography. Let's do a geography one. We'll try it out. And then we'll put, what do we have? Let's just put the culture section in for the moment. And we're going to do hashtag Ventaris. I can't even spell like my own. Okay, I was right the first time. Taurus. Country. Empire. I think it is the Eastern Hemisphere in the South, right? No, Western Hemisphere. Never mind. Hemisphere. Okay. So I have a new world address. It's a location. Let's go ahead and go to edit. I wish I would just come to this, because then I could... Oh, and I need to pull the map for, like, the close-up of the map. Let me get that set up. I should pull that. Let me come to this really quick. I'm going to switch to the chatting screen so I can log in. Okay, because now you can create those export maps, which I really like. There we go. And I don't have Ventaris completely filled out because it's one of the things I need to do is sit down with what I've written so far and pull out all the pieces, because I got really bad about detailing the things as I wrote about them. So here we go. Let's see. New map from region. And Ventaris is actually from here. Confirm. Save and proceed. Let's see, last time I didn't take out all the things when I did this. So there might need to be some little bit of editing, but this like brings it up closer too, so you can add a few things. But for right now, I just want to get the base map, because I'm obviously going to have to edit that. There we go. So I can kind of... This is going too fast. Okay. Where's my pen? There we go. Come on. Don't. I want... Yeah. If only that you worked. Like you were supposed to. Let me just... I center it on the screen. There we go. Fit screen. Thank you. Now I can see it. Okay, so yeah, this work. Huh. I colored that pink for some reason. I'll have to fix that. So I'm gonna need to fill out all the pieces on here before I can put that in. That is true. Let me hit a save. This is Bentaurus. So I can remember that's on my list of things to do. We should use that to-do list. Open in a new tab. Dashboard. There is the to-do list feature. Okay. Update Bentaurus map. Bentaurus. Building character condition document format. Geographic location importance. Normal. Create item. Look at that. I have started a to-do list. So that was just a little fishy thing here. Okay. So back to this. Type. So Bay, Cape, Cliff System, Continent. Cops. Cove. Country is not a thing. I don't think. Well, no. So maybe I need to... Sidebar placement. Parent location, ruler, owner. Owning bank? Geography, ecosystem, cycles, phenomena, history, tourism, flora and fauna, natural resources. Well, that's cool. Except it's not. I mean, it's... Okay, well, let's try... It's with that settlement there, but then maybe that has that in everything? Let's go back to articles. And... I'm gonna trash this right now. It's nice about working with everything. I don't have to worry about it too much. But World Atlas. Add an article. Let's try the settlement version. Bentaurus. Put that in there. Bentaurus. Country. Empire. Western Hemisphere. Okay. Type, camp, slum, hamlet, village, neighborhood, town, large town, quarter, district, ward, city, large city, orbital station, capital, citadel, state, megalopolis, national territory. I thought country is. Am I missing country somewhere? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I'm missing things. Nope. Okay, so state, I guess. That makes sense. Like, we talk about it as a state. Founding date. Okay, I actually have that. Founders. Ooh. Choose people who founded the Sun. Ooh. Data that became a ruin. Ruler, owner. Ooh. Bank, owning organization. Yeah, okay. This is definitely what I want. Government, infrastructure, districts, assets, defenses, industry and trade, guilds and factions. Okay. Yeah. This is what I want. Let's take a look. Does it show up in here? Nope, not yet. Okay. Probably because I haven't published, really. Or saved it. Or anything. Because it's draft. So it'll work in progress. Okay. Okay, so subtropical to temperate. Dreamers are considered the highest class of citizens. One's dreamer power is what gives you a place in society. However, they have a very strict definition of dreamer. Dreamer is the magic users in this world. They have laws against nightmares and any other magic. Non-dreamers are considered the lowest class citizen unless they are born to a noble family and they're consigned to what unless they're born to a noble family, they are consigned to what amounts to a peasant life. So it's possible, while most of the noble families, or all the noble families, are dreamers, it is possible for dreamers to have non-dreamer children, or not very high magic dreamer children. But so if they have a non-dreamer child, that child's kind of out of luck. They can inherit technically if they're the only, but they're going to be converged on pretty quickly. And that's actually kind of where Isophene's story starts, because Isophene isn't a dreamer. So, but she is from a minor noble family. The starts in the northern swamps and has conquered its way down the continent. They have a much higher technological. They have a higher. Let's change that to just higher. I was thinking in terms of Himalaya, which is the. They have a high technological level and they develop large infrastructure of trains, airships, boatcrafts, and sliders. They work on. It's not that they don't have the wheel; it's that they have developed hover technology. So we're looking at Magipunk, where magic and technology have kind of gone hand in hand. And so, and on top of that, they didn't need to develop communication. So that's kind of the key point with the dreaming magic is communication. That's a very base proficiency level, is being able to send messages basically mind to mind or mind to group, or and vice versa to each other. That's the majority of dreaming right there. The largest population of dreamers, that's what they can do. And when I get to the magic section, we'll tear up on that. But So they don't need to create like information technology or communication technology in the same way that we needed to, right? If you can just send a message to that person, or um, or send a message to a whole group of people, whether, and then, you know, they develop powers where you can block messages, where you can drop in messages, and it gets kind of interesting from there. But you don't need phones. You don't need a telegraph. You don't need to send letters. In fact, in Bantara society, so dreamers are worldwide, and there's different levels of technology in certain countries for different reasons. But in Bantara specifically, where the dreamers rule and the dreamers are the highest caste, it's not true in all countries. Um, some countries are more progressive than that, but there, getting a letter is a form of insult. You know, it assumes that you're non-magical, that you can't, and then the only way you can reply is either by talking to the person in person, by getting another dreamer to send a message for you, and because you wouldn't dare write back a letter unless you wanted to insult that person back. And you might, I guess, but there's definitely reasons why you wouldn't. Okay, parent location. So I'm not gonna. Seriously, if your location is inside a mountain, the parent location should be a planetary body, a continent, or an island, depending on how granular you want to nest your locations. Okay. Thing here, you only Well, create a new article and link it. That's kind of cool. I'm not worried about a parent location right now since this is a country. Founding date. I'm gonna have to pull that. Founders. That's not something I know about this country. To get all of this little stuff. It's huge. This is a big country. Don't worry about their demonym. They're usually Bentar. Oh, I guess I put that. That's Bentarans. Let's see. What else did I put here? Culture. I mean, that's kind of their demographics. Well, we'll leave it. Government. Oh, did I not put down what their government is? Because I know it. Or did I put that somewhere else? Oh, hey, there's the countries. Huh, I should put these in some kind of order, like... Oh, oops. Oh, one dot. Yeah, okay. Where did I not put their government? Odor, home of the royal family. I mean, it's an emperor with all of his children who range from about the youngest is around 20, it's about 21, and the eldest is 40 years old. So all the children are grown and causing their own problems as their very old father rules this empire. What did I thought I did. World. Culture. Oh. on some other stuff. Planet. Swear, people. Okay. So I don't think I put it under I mean, it's entirely possible. Ventara's characters. Because Jerwin Mogador is the Emperor, or Awergun. I say average. Like, I can't pronounce things. Awergun. I'll have to create an article link it. Okay, but we'll do that in a minute. So I guess I should write out the government. Yeah, so the government of okay. Nope. Ventaris is ruled by a single emperor. A single emperor. Noble families. Hi. You want under the blanket? Okay, cool. Sorry. Kobold wants back up. Kobold wants in the blanket. He's cold. Okay, are we good now? Right. Let's see. Various noble families are deputized by the emperor to govern different areas of the empire. Including institutions. I spelled that wrong. Institutions. Spell check. Well, I thought that would be a spell check. I guess maybe that maybe maybe select it and spell check. Institution. Well, maybe I got it right. I don't know. Oh, nope. Oh, here we go. Families ruled. Add to dictionary. Please stop hitting my arm, Quibble. Okay, are you comfortable now? Swears. I know we only got a few minutes left, so let's get something done. To give different, including institutions such as the military, trade, and economy. These are often awarded to royal children and future royal children are wed into noble families to keep everyone loyal. Which, you know, works to a point. The current emperor's been around for a long time. He is in his 70s. He's in his 70s. And he not all there anymore. Emperor we're gone. It's ruled for over 50 years. So now, the current his duties to his eldest son and heir. So let's see. They don't use any kind of slavery, or at least not any kind is condoned, because there's parts of Empire where that is happening, and that's a problem. Lork isn't out of his debt. He's actually very capable. What he doesn't count on is that this is a very large family. Auergen's had many wives and has had quite a few children by each of them. So when I get to that fun, we can take a look, right? This is the oops, are you gonna, nope. Can I zoom in on this? Not that I can tell right now, that's okay. Ooh. Oh. Anyway, I should probably make this bigger. Nope, it's not gonna do that. That's okay. But this is kind of his basically family tree, or his descendant. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, with his last one having been dead a year when Isophene's story starts. So she dies a little bit over a year, actually. She dies just before the first book starts, and that marks Auergen's decline, where Flaric he's always had duties as the eldest, and he's in his 40s. He's been around and doing stuff for a while, and he hasn't been idle. But suddenly, he's emperor in all but name at that point, and he is trying to deal with his family and all of his siblings, families, and heirs, and from that. And Floric himself has no heir. Floric has been married several times, and he's had 3 wives, and he has had no children, and that's a problem, especially when there's a lot of problems with some of your siblings. So I'll have to bring that up. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to really quickly, since I can do that, let's create a new article and link it. So Auergen, Mogador. And place names are very important in this world. Where you're from is very important, and so your surname is where you're from. Because we're kind of in like a mostly, the known world is fairly advanced. unlike our own, it's not always all accessible to everybody else. There are explorers, but there's been a lot more going on. I imagine this world is quite large, and so for a variety of reasons, not the whole world isn't known, but the world that is known, it's very connected. They have varying connections, and there is there are basically at this point 4 major countries, or empires. 5. I lied. 5. That they just kind of condensed down to. Those borders are broken down over time. But and there's probably a few more when I get into it. But that's kind of where I'm thinking, and I guess it's kind of weird. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna create his. But anyway, so the capital city of Bentaurus is Mogador, and so his surname is Mogador. How they decide that, there's different conventions that are localized to the area, whether it's he's origin Morgador or if it's of Mogador. And technically for Bentaurus it's of. And regardless of where an emperor is actually from when their particular dynasty, his dynasty is roughly 150-ish years old. But basically once the emperors take their seat in Mogador, as long as Mogador has been the capital anyway, then they take that surname of Mogador. So we'll create and link his article. That's cool. And additional rulers and owners. And I think this is a good place. Actually, yeah, we can do... Let's create a link here, and we'll put Floric. I just realized I did that, and I'm going to have to fix it. It's fine. And we're going to add you to dictionary. And I'm just double checking that I spelled his name right. Allergan, yeah. So we'll add you to dictionary as well. Oops. Dictionary, okay. So, we have all those things. Let's go ahead and hit save. I'm going to change that to done and published for right now. Actually, we're going to change that back to work in progress. There we go. And what else do I have here? Culture. It's what we put up here in locations. History. Geography. This can go here. Now, and what else are we missing? Oh, I'm running out of time again. Economy. Did we have economy in here? That would make sense. Guilds, culture, locations, economy, districts, infrastructure, government. Let's see, economy. Oh, I guess industry and trade. Tourism. I have natural resources. Okay, let's see. Economy, industry, and trade. Weaponry is outlawed because you don't want to give non-dreamers weapons against dreamers. Dreamers have their own weaponry, so to speak. Mining, manufacturing, farmland. But most of their trade is in protection. They have a very large army of dreamers, and they recruit dreamers from all over the world to be part of their military. Let's see. So let's get that in there. And I think it showed up, and I need to... Let's take a look. I think I'm showing... Yes. So, state... Okay, so I need to go through and... and obviously make this pretty. Create a couple things, as well as do this, which is we come over here to the sections. We're gonna put in the bottom and just bracket TOS. Yay! It's already saved. So if we do that, why didn't that work? Did I have to capitalize it? I might have had to capitalize it. Fine. Should have. I wish they did have like a button or a list. I had to like search quite a bit before I found these. Before I found this last time. So saved. Oh. Well, now I'll have to figure out why that's not working. It's alright. Okay, well, that's all I have time for. Tomorrow is No Man's Sky, which is much, much longer. I need to really update that schedule so it shows how many hours I've been playing that. But thank you so much, the Real Salties, for joining me this time. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks.